another TV review. And this time it's for probably the best animated TV show on right now. And it's this little show on Netflix called Bojack Horseman.
Yeah, so it stars Will Arnett, Amy Sedaris, Alison Brie, Aaron Paul, and whoever plays Mr. Peanut Butter. It's basically like...
And Patton Oswalt plays the Penguin.
Oh, he's there for...
As well as multiple celebrities who cameo throughout the show. So this is basically going to be a season 3 review, so our thoughts on season 1 and 2. I think we all liked season 1. We all thought season 2 was great, and we all thought season 3 is probably better than both of those.
Yeah, season 3 is probably the best.
Especially the last maybe like 4 episodes.
Yeah, especially because that when you go into the show at first, the first couple of episodes start off, very akin to kind of start off as jokingly silly, where it kind of relies on like a lot of shock value jokes and little situations blown out proportion.
Yeah, they're still funny, but it was like
I think season 1's pretty underrated. But I
I get the vibe where it was like completely different than the rest of the show.
But
like,
when you get to episode 8 of season 1 called The Telescope,
just pick it up a bit.
That episode is amazing.
And then everything in season 2 is pretty great. But we're here to talk about season 3.
Season 3.
Are
we doing spoilers or not?
We're going spoilers. We're going to go full out. Is that, here's the thing, unlike, the thing about Bojack Horseman is that it's a great deconstruction of all these types of shows, all these sitcoms, and even a bit of these adult cartoon shows nowadays, like Family Guy.
Yeah, it's just a great deconstruction. Like, we already at this point know Bojack, and he's basically, like, his big distraction this year, this big thing that's, like, changing his life is this attempt to try and get an Oscar nomination
for secretary, even though he wasn't even in it. Like they turned it into a lie. Like it wasn't the real thing how it was supposed to be. And it was community and the computer generated the whole time.
The main arc of the season is basically him trying to get nominated. In one episode, they actually think he gets nominated, but it's just so hilarious that Mr. Peanut Butter and Todd they made up the Oscar nomination.
Yeah, they just I don't know. I feel like I just saw Avatar. Avatar's this year, right? Let's put her on Best Picture.
Yeah, so
sound editing, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah. As dark as any of the seasons, but it was probably funnier.
Yeah.
Like the spaghetti strainers is a joke that lasted for a whole season.
All season. Oh, like, what are they doing?
For me, I've always say that for me, probably the funniest episode is where, like, Bojack goes into this underwater city and most of the episode has very little dialogue because
he's trying to save some baby seahorse.
It's great. There's basically no dialogue.
It's very well
animated. And he realizes at the end that he has to actually like just press a button. It's like, you kidding me?
Oh, and
that
also
was a great one.
And not to mention that unlike a lot of cartoon shows, this is probably one of the few that handles drama brilliantly. Like for example, in this show, when Bojack does something, there's a big consequence.
Yeah, like there's even a point where Todd just says you can't keep coming up with excuses. It's not your parents. It's not what happens to you. It's just you. And it just the episode ends with like there's nothing else to say. Like the show just for a show about talking to animals just gonna feel so like
it feels more
real and depressing.
It feels
sad.
Yeah, because to me, it's a show that, to me, feels at times more human and adult.
You're gonna cut me scratching my nose out, right?
Yeah, I'll cut that out. It just,
why?
Okay, we don't need to cut that out. It's
scratching my nose.
Yeah, I'll scratch mine too. Back to the...
But I didn't pick it, though. To me, that's what's important.
The show feels more adult at times than a lot of
face.
Feels more adult at times.
Than a lot of live-action shows on right now.
Yeah, it's more... It feels the season was it's a really and it feels like just as dramatically paced out as one kind of giant seasonal arc, similar to like shows like House of Cards or Game of Thrones or The Sopranos. It's so much like those great drama shows.
So many awesome
such great comedy.
Yeah, like Will Arnett to me is Bojack Horseman.
He definitely is the best he's been in.
Aaron Paul as Todd is absolutely lovable.
He's hilarious. Just the episode where he just keeps getting lost in New York and he'll spend all this time gone and then he'll turn around and just I'm lost again. Aaron Paul's just in one hallway.
It's also because it's really refreshing to see him be more likable, be more of the comic relief, kind of like how he was in the early seasons of Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
it's nice to see.
Yeah, I'd like to see that again. And Mr. Peanut Butter, but it's also lovable.
He's so great because he's just, there's so many, not so many, but there's definitely people out there who are so like crazily optimistic that can just like really just be the flip side of what Bojack is, and where Bojack's so pessimistic all the time. And it's just, he's such, when the show started out, I hated him so much.
Why did they make the dog the character
I thought that the relationship between him and Diane was gonna last like an episode, but I like how they've actually kept it going. I like how they've done a good job keeping it going with like the abortion episode.
The abortion! Oh my god,
it's so funny. Just the kind of the really
ridiculous.
crazy, strange, like the anthropomorphic animal world that
yeah,
they
it's
made
basically
for the show is just amazing.
like, for example,
it just fits so well.
Yeah, and also I'll say is that not only are the funny moments great, but the dramatic moments are so dark and depressing, and you feel so. And this isn't like Family Guy where they do something and it's completely forgotten. This is something where it happened, where Bojack does something and it's a major consequence. Like, for example, someone dies in this series.
Yes, I was just going to bring up episode 11 is always the big emotional episode in this one.
And it ends with someone dying from drugs.
Yeah, Sarah Lynn passes away. That was one of the best episodes of TV.
Just like, they go on a bender for like months.
For months, just the blackout scenes were fun. It was just, it kind of captured
pills and wine.
Just all the entertainment of what that would be like, and just kind of the sadness behind it.
It's like a cute, funny little jab at Miley Cyrus. It's basically showing, kind of showing what that behind this goofy little facade of, like, you know, the talking animals. It's basically a show about a really depressed guy who very much destroys his friendships with other people.
It does such a great job of just not. Although the plot is very structured, it just does such a great job of just saying sometimes there's no positive solution. Like season 1, he couldn't get forgiveness from Herb. Season 2, he couldn't get that other lifestyle. In season 3, he couldn't make amends for what he was doing. And like when he went on that giant journey to make amends, he made things even worse with Penny. And then he killed Sarah Lynn, basically.
Yeah,
things all just went bad with him. And how great was that last episode, just the ending when he goes out in his car.
I don't know.
That song is playing. It's just, he's left in a tough spot now. And I think this was a great season for just all the side stories and all the other characters really brought up to like the forefront. Princess Carolyn. We haven't mentioned yet.
And Diane.
And another great episode was the one where Princess Carolyn tried to convince him not to leave. And that might have been the funniest episode.
Yeah, it's probably the funniest.
That's the one with the rabbit where she keeps throwing it. Or no, it's a dog. Where she keeps throwing
like, I'll get it.
Or the youth. Or the donkeys.
Or how the Italian guy thinks he's like fired.
Or the donkey woman who gets her son to book the conference room.
Or like
or even the critic.
The food critic.
Weighing everything out. Just such a great combination of humor
it's
and just sadness.
Yeah, because and also the thing about Bojack Horseman, probably the most depressing thing is that we can all relate to Bojack, but in a terrifying way we don't want to.
Yeah, it's really almost scary how similar a lot of his feelings and a lot of his emotions can feel for a lot of people, and that's why it's such a great show that it's about talking horses and animals who have sex with each other and have spaghetti strainer problems, and yet it can get really so dark and just feel so real.
Yeah,
when the spaghetti was coming on the town, the stars just like flipping.
And then it go. And also, for me, probably one of the most probably a moment in season 3 that really stuck with me, aside from, is this one moment where before he goes on this little, before he goes, the final scene is where, like, after the little kid's like, I want to be like you, when Bojack starts to panic, and like his co-star from Horseman, it's like, where are you gonna go? And in just 3 words, I don't know. To me, just sums up all the tragedy in that scene.
Yeah, it just shows when he's done so much wrong. Yeah, when he tries to fix things by making that Ethan Around show, he's just starting that cycle up again with the actress.
Yeah, because he's kind of it's kind of like the whole. It's very much that he doesn't want to. to destroy another friendship, just like what he did with Sarah Lynn.
The writing's great, the storytelling's great, the animation's great. It's just as it's even funnier and even sadder than this show's ever been before. Where's this show gonna go next? Because every season is just a new distraction for him. Where's he gonna go next?
What do we know? Do we know things? Let's find out.
Yeah,
that was season 2.
That was season 2, man. I was trying to work
season 2.
Season 2. The last 11 minutes, I've been trying to work that in.
But he's got a daughter. That's where the show's going.
That's cliffhanger.
And Mr. Peanut Butter is going to be the governor.
He's going to be the governor.
The show was, I think, if anything, it was more confident this season because it got all this critical acclaim. Season 2. To me, it's one of the they are allowed to go and do different things with the story.
To me, it's probably the biggest show that can make me laugh one moment and make me feel depressed the next.
Yeah, it was great. We loved everything. Scores. We're an out of 10 people now.
Okay.
What are you gonna hit it with, bro?
A 9.
What?
9?
Where did you serious? Where's the well, you give Suicide Squad better than like a 2, but you won't give this a perfect score? No.
Give me a 4, you son of a
Wait, I want to know why. I just want to know. There has to be something.
It's not like
that it
anything real. No, I mean like 9.5.
You have to give it. No, it's all that matters.
Give it a
is
score.
Rating.
Give
all
it a
that
score.
Matters is the score. That's important. You shouldn't read reviews or watch them. You should only care about the score and only comment based on the score.
Yep.
Okay, then I'm gonna go 9.5, just out of the premise that the only show that gets a 10 is a break. No. Okay. A 9.5 out of the premise that the only show that gets a 10 is Breaking Bad. That's where I put this.
Okay.
Nick?
I'll say is that for me, I'll say is that for me, the funniest animated show as of right now to me is South Park, mostly because of how culturally relevant it is.
This is so much better.
But I'll say
funny, but
South Park is funny, but this to me is basically so. To me, it kind of makes me kind of question about. It makes you ask existential questions about our own existence and how we can relate. How if we're not careful, we could destroy our own friendships, just like Bojack tragically does.
So what are you gonna hit it with?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. That's a 9.5, 10 out of 10 to average. And also average it out above 9.5. So that's maybe the highest.
Before we go, I wanted to tell you guys something. Do you think the series is going to end on a really depressing note where Bojack just kills himself?
Yeah, he's going to try to kill himself.
He's going to try.
I don't know if he's... I think he'll live through it, but it'd be pretty, that'd be, pretty ballsy to just kill him at the end of the show.
They've been calling it.
They have been. The opening kills himself.
Which, by the way, is great.
Yeah, love the opening. Yeah, it's my second favorite opening montage in a TV show next to the Game of Thrones one.
Yeah. So, Bojack Horseman Season 3, check it out. Subscribe to this channel. Follow him at Nicholas Bodo. And we're going to keep the reviews coming. These are going to be a more regular thing, so tune in next time. For, what are we going to review next? Mr. Robot Season 2 will be coming up when that's done. We're going to have... what movies are coming out? Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. That's coming out.
If another good movie comes out, we'll review it. Until then, get Nicholas Bodo.